The wealthiest person in the room might not look wealthy at all. No flashy car, no designer logos, nothing that screams money. And the person flexing the hardest online, drowning in brand names, he might have far less financial security than he appears to. Today we find out why. We've all been trained to spot wealth the same way. Big house, new car, designer everything. But that's not the full picture. Some genuinely financially secure people go out of their way to look completely average. So why would that be? There's a popular term for this: stealth wealth. But before we get into why it works, let's clear something up. This isn't about pretending to be poor. It's about no longer needing to prove you're rich. That difference matters more than you'd think. Let's start with the illusion, because this is where the trap begins. Today, faking a high-status lifestyle has never been easier. A lease, a credit card, a buy now, pay later app. Anyone can look successful for a weekend without a dollar saved. That new car in the driveway might be heavily financed. Those designer bags might be sitting on a credit card balance, quietly earning interest every month. The lifestyle is real. The financial security behind it often isn't. And here's the trap. Sometimes the image becomes more important than the thing underneath it. The appearance of success quietly, replacing the actual work of building it. So why would someone who's actually financially secure choose not to show it? Here's the first reason: discretion. Living below your means keeps you off other people's radar in more ways than you'd expect. When your lifestyle doesn't announce your income, you may attract less attention from people looking to sell to you, borrow from you, or take advantage of what they assume you have. It protects relationships too. When people believe you're doing unusually well, requests can start showing up: loans, investment opportunities, favors that are hard to say no to. Staying quiet just keeps those boundaries simpler. But here's the deeper reason, and it's not really about other people at all. It's about what happens inside you. Buying something to be seen gives a quick hit of validation. And validation, it turns out, has diminishing returns. The first expensive purchase feels huge. The second feels smaller. By the third, the thrill barely registers, and the real problem isn't one purchase. It's when your lifestyle starts requiring the next purchase just to maintain the last one. This is where it gets even deeper. Once you buy the car, the watch, the wardrobe, you don't just own them. You start becoming the kind of person who's expected to have them. And downgrading starts to feel like failure, even when it's the smart move. That's the real cost of status spending. It's not just money, it's identity. And identity is a lot harder to walk back than a bank balance. Quiet wealth runs on a different reward system entirely. Investing doesn't give an instant thrill. It gives something slower, fewer financial emergencies, fewer decisions made out of pressure, and eventually more actual freedom. Let's put a real number on this. Someone spending $300 a month trying to keep up appearances gives up more than just that $300. They give up what it could have become. Invested consistently at an average 8% annual return, $300 a month has the potential to grow to roughly $445,000 over 30 years. That's an estimate based on historical averages. Actual results will vary. To be clear, spending it wouldn't leave someone with $445,000 sitting in a closet instead. It just means that money never gets the chance to grow. Same starting dollars. One path builds something. The other doesn't, and most status items depreciate the moment they're bought. A car, a phone, a wardrobe, the value drops immediately, whether or not the excitement does too. So none of this means never enjoying your money. It's not about deprivation. It's about asking one honest question before a purchase: am I buying this for myself or to be seen by someone else? That question filters out a surprising amount of spending. A lot of it isn't really about the object. It's about an imagined reaction, one that, most of the time, never plays out the way we picture it. Here's a simple rule you can create for yourself. Call it the 48-hour silence rule. Before any big purchase, wait 2 full days and don't tell anyone about it during that time. No posting it, no mentioning it, no imagining anyone's reaction. Just sit with the decision privately. If it still feels genuinely worth it after 2 silent days, it's more likely a real want, not a borrowed one. This one habit can remove one of the biggest psychological triggers behind status-driven spending, the imaginary audience. Without it, purchases naturally slow down, and the ones that remain tend to actually matter. The second habit, automate your financial priorities first. Emergency savings, any high-interest debt, then long-term investing. Move the moment income arrives before spending decisions even happen. This flips the order most people default to. For many people, saving whatever's left at the end of the month means there isn't much left to save, because something else usually claims it first. The third habit, stop measuring your life against social media. What gets posted is real. What you're missing is everything outside the frame. The car in the photo might be leased. The vacation might be on a credit card that isn't paid off yet. You're not comparing your life to theirs. You're comparing your full picture to their edited one. Once you stop measuring progress against a curated feed, something shifts. The pressure to look successful quietly fades, and the desire to actually be financially secure takes its place. This is the real idea behind stealth wealth. It was never about hiding money out of guilt. It's about protecting your attention, your identity, and your decisions from an audience that isn't paying nearly as much attention as it feels like. People who look boring from the outside can sometimes have far more financial security underneath than their lifestyle suggests. Not always, but often enough that it's worth questioning the assumption. Quick recap. Ask who you're really buying for. Try the 48-hour silence rule. Automate your priorities before you spend. And measure your life against your own picture, not someone else's frame. None of these habits require a high income to start. That's exactly why they work at any income level. The earlier you build them, the more time they have to quietly compound. Pick one to start with this week. Maybe it's the 48-hour rule on your next purchase. Maybe it's finally automating your savings the day your paycheck lands. These decisions rarely feel dramatic in the moment, but repeated for years, they're often what separates people who look financially secure from people who actually are. 10 years from now, the flashiest person in the room might still be paying for their image, one bill at a time. And the quiet one in the corner might be closer to financial freedom than anyone realizes. You don't need anyone to know you're doing well. You just need to actually be doing well, quietly, consistently on your own terms. Real wealth doesn't need to be loud. If you want more money lessons nobody teaches you until it's too late, subscribe to Levels Nobody Sees. And start with just one quiet habit this week, because the goal was never to look rich. It was always to actually be free.